Me. I am a memoir. I said a memoir. The meaning of Mariah Carey.
Hello, Emily. Welcome back. It has been a hot minute since we've recorded one of these. Welcome back to Me. I Am a Memoir, the meaning of Mariah Carey, where we originally read Mariah Carey's autobiography / memoir, The Meaning of Mariah
That was
Carey,
15 years
and we
ago.
derived the meaning of it. And now that we know the meaning of Mariah Carey, we're in a bizarre mess of a world. We don't know what's going on. Sometimes we end up in the regular verse, which
That's
is a
scary.
painful and disgusting place to be.
Mainly because I have to
and
host
no one
that.
wants to go there. It's yeah. I can smell it coming down the pipe. But
That takes me back.
oh my God, I forgot what this podcast was like. And now I remember.
Yeah, you started it this time, not me.
I didn't even mean to. So we've had a bit of a break. I know it's been a while, but after we both got so excited by Syrupy Tub Roast.
We did.
Mariah Carey's feature directorial debut about Lacey Chabert and her free house.
And her best friend and her
then we
daughter,
got-
Emily.
Yeah. And her auntie from Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
And
her dead
then
dad.
we got very excited by the Mariah Carey Christmas special, which went up on the Paramount Plus. And so we just had quite a Mariah hangover after Christmas, as many people do. Many people feel the Mariah hangoverness.
But it's
and
a
you
good
need to,
hangover. It's enjoyable. It's like, oh, I love this hangover. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like a constant, like you have a bottle of champagne and a well-aimed spa jet and you could just be happy forever.
Remind me to tell you a story off air.
About a bottle of champagne and a well-aimed spa jet.
Pretty much.
So that's how we've been feeling the last few months. But also, Posh has her side hustle, which is Possible Prince X, who's been touring.
No.
I don't know if a gig in Adelaide counts as touring, but hey,
I did it in
touring.
Melbourne as well.
Oh, you live there.
Well, living is
Come
generous.
here and do a gig. Come
I
over here.
should.
I want to go and
Well,
see
our
you.
best friend Alyssa Milano is coming to Supernova in June, so I might just have to have a work trip.
Oh, Supernova here in Sydney.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You have to come to that.
Yeah.
I can't go to you because about 2 weeks after Christmas, on my birthday.
Yes, anniversary, darling.
My anniversary, I fell over and
She had a fall.
I had a fall.
It was that syrupy
that
tub
age
roast
now.
on the top of the stairs that I just happened to leave there.
It was literally a slippery step. Just one. I fell down one step.
Oh no, how very
Into a
Dan Andrews of
lagoon.
you.
I fell over on my birthday, one slippery algae-covered step into a lagoon, and I completely tore my thigh muscle away from my knee. I know. In Vanuatu, where I was on a surprise holiday. Yeah.
On day one. It was like day one, wasn't it?
It was breakfast, on the way to
so
breakfast
bad.
on our first day. Pretty spectacular. So yeah, I've had surgery. I'm in rehab now. I keep saying I'm in rehab and people are like, oh, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, physical for my knee.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a lot. So we've both had a lot on.
Yes.
I haven't had as much on my left leg as
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but you took break, literally. You're like, I'm going to break my leg.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm gonna
literally
do.
had a break.
Yeah.
And it's still hot. It's so weird. Like it's always
like sexy,
hot.
like as an attractive leg.
No, as in like radiating heat and still a bit swollen. Like it's been months. It's April. I did it on the 10th of January.
Oh no.
Like on my actual birthday, I sat in the at the buffet at the resort we were staying at, and Carey had wheeled me to the buffet in this rickety old wheelchair.
I'm still on holiday. I'm having my buffet. I need my scrambled eggs that has everyone else's DNA in it.
They came and sang happy birthday to me.
No.
With candles stuck in a slice of sticky tape.
Oh, no. I mean, they were like,
amazing.
That would keep you regular, the dates. Like
the dates did keep me very regular.
You were feeling a bit regular, so they're like, we're going to keep you regular.
Well, I was very unregular because I took so many painkillers. I don't think I had a regularity for about 2 weeks.
Oh, no. But then you listened in preparation for the next regular verse and it just came flying out.
Everything came out. Like it's coming out now. I'm wearing a nappy.
He might be telling the truth as well. I don't know.
Who knows?
That'll be an exclusive, a Patreon exclusive. Is Fab wearing a nappy?
Do you know that we don't have a Patreon, by the way? I do. I have one of my own, which is patreon.com/Adam Richard. But there's no Mariah content on there.
Just buy my album and buy his Patreon.
Yeah. If you feel the need to support this depravity,
insanity, yeah.
Buy a copy of Impossible Prince X and the many remixes that are out now.
Yes, one comes out next week. We'll talk about that in Make It Happen
later on.
Either this week or next week. I'm not sure yet.
But we've been very busy. In other words, I've been. Yeah. I had. This is the most tragic part of it. I had an entirely straight leg, so I was in like a splint kind of thing, like, you know, this giant contraption made out of metal and Velcro straps. So my leg was ironically straight for the whole of World Pride. It was awful.
Oh, no. Was the hospital food sponsored by Syrupy Tub Roast?
Oh, my God. Syrupy Tub Roast would have been amazing. The hospital food was... you know when everything gets boiled so much it all tastes exactly the same?
Same colour.
Is like water.
I just want to make it go further.
Yeah, everything tasted like a wet zucchini.
It
was not okay. But, you know, I'd had general anaesthetic, so I was happy with anything. Also, I was in the falls ward. I was with people who also had a fall.
Oh, no.
One of whom had to be told several times by other nurses, no, you can't be naked in here. And he was spelling things all night. I don't know what he was spelling. I couldn't work it out. It was some sort of code. He was up all night spelling things, taking his clothes off, tearing out his catheter.
There might have been some other stuff going on rather than just a sore leg. Something tells me, based on that description.
You have a lot of painkillers. I told you that.
That's true. He didn't even exist. You made him up. This was
I made him up. But yeah, let me tell you, being in hospital is no fun. It was hectic. And going to hospital in Vanuatu was even more hilariously terrifying.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, someone send them some money. They need it. Anyway.
We'll set up a Patreon.
We will. There's a Patreon for everything. Yeah. So we have quite an exciting episode this week. We're going to be getting some fantasy. And I don't just mean the Mariah Carey song.
No,
but
all the remixes of it.
Some fantasy playlists. But before we get into anything fully, we need to check out what's been happening in the world of Mariah, because it has been months.
It has been months.
Let's unclog the pipe and get that full backlog of me moments.
We're getting the full suppository.
Me moments.
All right. Funnily enough that you used the term hangover before, because I have got this little section which is the festive hangover, which is all the little bits that Mariah did sort of in between Christmas and now. So we had festive skits, including reindeers.
Yes.
Mariah pretending to use Uber Eats, which was very cute. Like, I know what that is. Definitely going to get presents from there. We found out that All I Want for Christmas Is You has been added to the fancy schmancy Library of Congress National Recording Registry.
Yes.
I have literally no idea. Is that what it
means
is?
it's saved forever now.
Is that like at my school when like we dug a little hole and put some crap in it and then dug it like and then covered it up and we're like, we'll open it in 50 years? Did they put the actual CD?
That's a time capsule. That's a different thing.
They went to the recording studio.
It's a library. It's in the name, Library of Congress.
Underground library. Right? I've been watching a lot of.
Why is it underground?
I've been watching a lot of Kunk on Earth, and now my life is that. So I just interpret everything very specifically.
As if you're pulling me to go.
Yeah, it's an underground library where they've put All I Want for Christmas Is You. That makes sense. So we're going with that.
It's basically in the
Louvre.
the big library.
Yeah.
The Congress, Library of Congress. It's
we had Mariah popping into Some Like It Hot, which I believe she had a hand in producing. So she was just popping in.
Yeah, she's a producer.
Seeing, how's everyone going?
She turns up. Because she loves Marilyn.
She does.
The original film stars Marilyn.
Exactly.
So,
she's like, I have her piano. I don't know if you've read the book, but that's a whole chapter. You should probably look at it.
And it's a musical about drag queens. Like, who doesn't love that?
Exactly. Does that have the Lemon in it? The Jack Lemon? Am I making that
Jack
up?
Lemmon and
Curtis?
Tony Curtis.
Yeah.
The father of Jamie Lee. Yeah.
Yes, I should have known. Sorry, Granddad. We had a whole It's a Rap moment.
There were so many It's a Rap moments.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that was like a whole TikTok happening.
Yeah.
Realistically. That went on for ages.
It did. And I tried to find the, what's the word, like the beginnings of it. And it seems that Mariah just kind of threw it out there as like a fun thing and then everyone took it off. I thought that it had happened pre-Mariah saying anything. But apparently Mariah was just like, show me some fun videos. And it just kind of went nuts. And, she got Rock and Roll involved for some individual skits. There was some Kardashian nonsense that we don't need to talk about. And another one with an actual wrap, like a delicious chicken and a salad wrap from like Subway. Oh, probably from Uber Eats. That's where the sponsorship came in. We also have some Mariah Live moments.
Or was it an actual large sandwich that Kim sat on and it became a wrap when it was tucked up in her butt cheeks?
Why don't it have to be tucked? Why it got to be tucked? Oh, that's soggy. I don't know. It's that last little bit of the wrap that there's too much mayo. You're like,
the leaky bit.
Oh no. A leaky
my soggy wrap end.
A leaky bum wrap.
Syrupy tub roast and leaky bum wrap.
Yeah, syrupy tub roast is sounding pretty good right about now. We're already off the rails. He's gone. He's actually exited the screen.
Leaky bum wrap. That's my nickname in high school.
It was. I didn't even have to go there. So we have some Mariah Live moments coming up, of course.
Oh my God, what?
I know she's going to be at Pride, of course, because why wouldn't she? But there's also the Lovers and Friends Festival, which is organised by Usher, apparently, or produced by Usher. He did give Mariah billing over him, which we appreciate. But Missy Elliott actually is top billing, which I think we're okay with because Mariah likes Missy Elliott.
Mariah likes Missy. Also, what that implies is that Missy will be on stage for a lot longer than Mariah, who may do a song.
She will just press play.
I just want billing above Usher, but I'm not doing more than 6 minutes.
She's going to press play in the underground bunker that hosts All I Want for Christmas Is You now. She's like playing one fake nail clicking play, and then she walks away and goes to bed. But the other interesting thing is on that little lineup is a few people that Mariah doesn't know, like the Aguilera and the Pitbull. Like probably won't see them,
Well, look, I'm sure they'll keep her sequestered from anyone regular.
Probably just anyone.
We're
just going to pull you straight into the backstage. You'll get airlifted. We did have a happy anniversary Mariah moment during all of this time where Mariah celebrated it with a big splash, which is actually my background, and then also a little splash, and just generally looking amazing. Like the wetsuits were everything we need in our lives. She was also caught doing some shark spotting in a little video on her yacht, just her casual yacht. She spots the shark and says, "Oh my gosh, I've been swimming with sharks my whole life and I still am." Now, of course, we here at Me, I Am a Memoir have reached out to Tommy and Patricia for comment, but they've yet to respond. And
Alison, did she respond? Morgan. The corporate morgue.
Oh, yeah. I don't think Mariah's allowing them to have a phone access at the moment. So
No.
And lastly, we had some Easter moments because there's so many holidays and festive moments in Mariah's world.
I got so excited when I saw that she was welcoming the Easter Bunny at who knows what time of the morning.
I know. Well, she'd only, she was about to go to bed, I think.
She was she was on her way to bed.
Yeah,
and the Easter Bunny had popped in.
Yeah, with a little gold egg. Yep. So yes, he popped in and was very starstruck by Mariah. And then there was another video of Mariah hugging a bunny and asking whether he eats little carrots and stuff, which was fun. And she also asked whether his siblings are constantly ruining the holidays and asking for money, but they didn't. They edited that out. So that was a private moment between Mariah and the bunny. It's just like, I feel you. Let's go get some Burger King fries.
Are you sure it was a bunny and not Nick Cannon? Because they are as busy as one another when it comes to having offspring.
Oh no, it's a lot. I mean, no judgment, but gross. Mariah didn't sign up for this. Mariah did not sign up for this.
She did not. She didn't know that this was in her future. No. Like every week it must be like, oh, another one.
I know. How do you tell how she would walk into Rock and Rose rooms and be like, so I've got some news. They'd have their own Mimi moments for Nick Cannon. She'd be like, all right, listen up. This is what your dad's done this week. All right.
Okay, kids.
Take notes.
It's Thursday, so you must have a new brother or sister.
Probably both to two different women. It's a whole thing. But that does bring us to the end of the Mimi moments.
Oh, thank you for that comprehensive trip around Mariah's world. That was amazing. I loved it. It was incredible. So our special bonus episode we're doing this week is what you referred to in your email as Ultimate MC.
Yes.
And I'm thinking of it as the Ultimate MC, the Ultimate Mariah Carey albums, where we are curating our own album of all of her tracks, be they singles, album tracks, some live performance somewhere, some 36-minute unsa remix.
That's more
whatever
it
is. Whatever it is, we're curating an album that we consider to be the ultimate Mariah mixtape.
Yeah. And one each. Well, kind of maybe not one each, but individually, not as a podcast. So we're going to have two different albums, maybe eight.
Yes.
Maybe 8 different albums.
Maybe eight different albums. And we will publish them so you can use them as the basis of your own playlist on possibly the Spotify, YouTube Music, one of those. And we'll pop a link in the show notes for this episode. So you can go and download them. You can choose who your favourite one is.
Yeah, mine, but yes.
Do we have to do that again? Do we have to get back on the Twitter polls? Who's your favourite Ultimate MC album?
Probably. It'd be interesting. But I would encourage, once we've done it, people see how we're doing it, get on it yourself. Send us what yours would be, because that's fun. Because we could always do another bonus.
Yes. I want other people's amazing Mariah albums.
Yes.
I want to see if someone... I want to see if someone makes one I have a secret one. So I have my main one.
No, I'm saying
and then I have a secret one.
I feel like it's going to just be, it's Vanishing, and then the Beautiful Ones, and then an 18-month remix of Fantasy. That's in my head. That's what your album is. And in your head, my album is Daydream plus Almost Home. That's a bonus track.
Isn't it?
Maybe.
Just Daydream in a different order.
I just removed
starts with Long Ago and then goes on through the rest of them.
Oh no.
You just had a look and gone, it does really start with Long Ago.
I don't know, because we're doing yours first, so you have to.
We're doing
clean
mine first.
Yes.
All
so
right.
are you ready to break it
on
down?
Break me on down.
All right. So the way we've done it is we've got 12 tracks. And then we're allowed to have 3 little bonus deluxe edition tracks.
Oh, excellent. Like it's like a real album.
Yeah, so it does really well, and then they re-release it, and you can pick 4 singles and give the order if you like of of those songs, which would be your singles, and of course a title for the album. Now, I've picked a title for the album and the deluxe version. You don't have to do that.
I did not. I just have the deluxe.
It happened,
the album and in brackets
and
deluxe.
Deluxe. That's okay. I just felt it in the moment, and it's really stupid. So. All right, shall we jump in? Would you like to unleash your first track?
My first track is, I feel like it's the greatest opening to a Mariah Carey album ever.
I'm really curious in case we've got similar things.
We probably will. We probably will. And it just, I don't know. It's one of basically all of the songs that I've chosen are songs that just jam in my head. And that I love to just, when I think about them, I'm like, yeah, I do really love that one. So
because I'm curious as to like how we didn't talk about it individually, how we put it together. Like mine was very much like, yes, I wanted my favorite songs on there, but I wanted this to sound like an album.
Yeah, same.
Like
I wanted
to flow.
I wanted to have a
progression.
I wanted to have a through line, which is why my secret one is terrible. But
my secret one is Prisoner times 12.
So my opening track, because I feel like this is her best opening to an album of all time, is GTFO. Get the fuck out. Because it's just that
interesting.
Wang. Oh,
yes.
How about you? And it's just it's a really confident song.
Yeah,
like it's not a big bombastic, because some of her albums in the 90s had like a big opening. It's like, oh honey,
yes.
Oh, fantasy.
I wonder if that I wonder if the soggy bum rap is stuck in any of those big openings.
But whereas I found Caution just opened perfectly, because Caution's such a great album, and it was the perfect opening to an album, and I just thought, well, that's what I want. I want a beautiful launch into my Mariah. And it also feels like an interlude
as well. Like it's kind of a song that could do both. So
yeah,
I get it.
So yeah, it's get the fuck out.
Heaven.
And it also seems to be like such a mission statement as well. It's like, you'll enjoy this album or you'll get the fuck out.
Fuck out, yeah, pretty much. Now, I'm very excited because we do have the second track coming up, and I'm wondering if you were hilarious and put a big number 2 in this place. A Gloria Esther Carey number 1 that was created during number 2.
You would think so, but I'm not funny because I wanted to go.
I always said that.
I wanted to go from my beautiful album opening into a statement of intent. Like the second track is the song that says, "This is a motherfucking blockbuster of an album. This is a big belting, huge hit song. We belong together." That's
a smash. It's a hit. It's an album with hits.
It's hits and shirts. That's all we've got going on from here on.
I don't even know if there's going to be room for shirts with all these hits, to be quite honest.
Hits. Yeah, all the hits. So many hits.
The shirts will have to wait for the deluxe. So you get a free shirt with the deluxe album.
In the deluxe. So that's my number 2.
We love it. We love it.
So because I just felt like it was we've had kind of like a mid-tempo kind of soft number, and then we get into I mean, We Belong Together. It's structured like a ballad, but it's kind of got a beat to it that
true.
It's still kind of it rocks along before she starts really tearing the walls apart.
The first notes you hear, you're like, we're ready. They're the courtesy finger notes.
Yeah. So that was my big number 2 number.
Oh, all right. And what are you ready? Are we ready? Are we ready for the third track?
The third track, we're heading way back because we've just had a big belt number. So I figured what we need now are some runs. We need some classic Mariah runs. And there are no finer classic Mariah runs than in Vision of Love.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah.
It's a hit. It's another hit.
It's another hit. It
is fun. I'm kind of, as I'm going along, I'm like, emotions or vanishing. Oh, like, what is it? What is it? What's it going to be? And I don't want to give away like any that match of mine or don't match until I get to my album.
So that's, but I always find the first 3 tracks on an album kind of are your big, moments. You're like, oh, I get what this album is. This album is...
It's kind of like, it's an okay album might have the first 2 songs be really good.
Yeah.
And then kind of peter off, which will be interesting that we're going to have an album like that soon. and then it can just kind of become nothing. Whereas when you get an album where you're up to like track 3 or 4 and you're like, oh, this is still good. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
This isn't just one hit. This isn't just a single with a bunch of other crap. This is happening.
And then you've got track 4 has to be a gear change. You have to have like a gear change at track 4 that makes
it's
you go.
It's so funny. I'm looking at my list and yours. Like, it's so interesting.
And you go, oh, this is even more interesting than I thought it was, this album. Yes. I did not expect track 4 to be Side Effects.
Very interesting. And I'll explain why when we get there.
Because it's up-tempo, but it's lyrically brave. It's bold. It's kind of, and it's got rap at the start. Like it's kind of, because we've had, 3 songs that are pretty much just Mariah alone. And we know one of the best things about Mariah are her features. So I thought, let's bring in a feature.
Well, some of them I'm not fond of.
Some of them are not great.
some people we just don't know. Okay.
Yeah, some people we don't know. But, ever since she had ODB guest on Fantasy, we know she's been bold. So I thought, let's go with... Essentially, it feels like a sequel to Fantasy. Side Effects. It feels like a sequel to Tommy listening to the remix and going, what's this? What's this shit?
Yeah, this is some real. She got real.
She got real. And also, I just love how upbeat it is. Like, if you just listen to the song and you didn't actually pay any attention to the lyrics, you think, oh, this is a fun number.
Yeah, it's fun, catchy. The melody's nice.
Yeah, great melody. It's upbeat. It's like, oh, what now?
All right. So now what is our lucky number 5? We've got to complete the first fist. What is the first fist?
Well, number 5, I decided while we're upbeat, let's take it to the club and not the club Mariah normally goes to, but she's going down the street to the gay club. She's got a handbag. She's going to do her dance around it. It's Meteorite time.
We love Meteorite.
It's her big Minogue moment, I like to call Meteorite.
Yeah. I really wanted to do a full dance, big gay dance album.
Oh, big gay dance album from Mariah would be the best.
Yeah. Because, some of the best, particularly in the 90s, the best dance tracks were the big female vocals.
Yeah, I know.
You could take a song that maybe, it's a fine enough little ballad, but then you remixed it. Yeah. It's like at the moment, the new Kelly Clarkson song is out, and I'm like, this needs a 90s dance remix.
Yes.
Because it's lovely as it is, but I'm like, this is more. There's more here.
Everything needs a Handbag House remix. Like every Diane Warren song needs to be a Handbag House remix. I mean, look, one of my favorite Handbag House remixes is of all time is the Titanic theme by Celine Dion.
Oh my God. I tell people about that all the time, of dancing on the frozen heads.
Let's do a dance mix. I'll be really good at it.
Oh, it's so appropriate.
So yeah, Meteorite. I love how up and for me, Meteorite feels like it's the song that lives on its own. Like I kept thinking, I want to have a dance mix here, and I kept thinking about all my favorite Mariah dance mixes, and I'm like, not that one, not that one, not that one. And then I was like, I think Meteorite is the dance mix I want, and it is its own song. Yeah. So yeah. It's exactly the vibe I needed for After Side Effect. So
I am completely on board and here for it. So I want to go to that club. I don't dance around my back. I dance around anyone's back. I don't care. I'm so lonely. All right. Now we're starting our second fist. Take a deep breath, everyone. And hit us with track 6.
Well, track 6, I decided we needed to do a slight gear change. Not too slow. We don't want to go head first into a ballad, but just slow it down a little bit, but still a bit of tempo. Yeah. And let's start with a little bit of just guitar opening up. And it's Clown. Clown is one of those songs that just, like, it's one of those songs that when I hear it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I love this song.
It's so funny. It's the first one that I'm like, what? I think is that Charm Bracelet?
It's from, Charm Bracelet. It's the one where she's Eminem? Basically dissing Eminem, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I do remember it being fun.
Yeah, and saying, take my number out of your two-way. Your motherfucking two-way. And it's just, who's going to be there when the tears of a clown?
That's right. It's all flooding back to me.
Yes. And and it's, why did you tell everyone that we hooked up when we didn't? It's just a fun song. Like I just, what goes around comes back around. It kind of like, it feels like it's a slow song and then it picks up and it slows and it's just got a really nice kind of, not slow, not fast tempo. It's I feel like in reality, it was a run up to We Belong Together, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's got that same kind of, a slow, quick tempo.
It's got a beat. And I mean, we love a deep cut.
Yeah.
We love a deep cut.
I love an album deep cut, like especially from Charm Bracelet, that no one's looking for anything on.
It's those bonus tracks did me in.
There were so many.
So many. Oh, they're throwing everything at that one. Except money, as it turns out. The production on those tracks. Ooh.
So, yes, Clown. And also because it's got a bit of guitar and she doesn't do a huge, she doesn't have a lot of guitar in her songs. And it's got that really nice kind of acoustic guitar sound right at the start. So I'm like, oh, this is fun.
No, I like it. All right. Are we ready for the 7?
Yeah. Are you ready for 7?
The 7th digit.
7, we are, again, a feature. But a musical feature. Also, we are digging right down in to ballad territory.
Oh, a feature ballad. Whatever you call it.
Mariah, Neo, Angels Cry.
Oh.
It is one of my favourite vocal performances from Mariah. I think her voice and Neo is just like, of all the duets she's attempted with various people over the years, no one's really kind of come up to her level. But I feel like
I'm going to throw Whitney in there so that you don't get
Whitney,
thrown under a bus.
Yeah, but that wasn't one of her songs.
Sure. That's how you're getting around it.
But I feel like, no one, like some other people have tried to sing a Mariah song and, Mariah's great at singing a Mariah song, but not everyone else is great at singing a Mariah song. Yeah. But I feel like Neo really kind of brought something interesting to Angels Cry and it kind of...
I really like him actually. Like I saw him live at a terrible R&B Fridays and he was very good.
My Lord. I'm sorry for your loss.
Fifi Box was there. It was very white. Nothing says R&B like Fifi Box. I've always said it.
I just thought Angels Cry. Like I was just going, what's my favorite ballad that's not, that's not one of the big ones? What's one of my favorite secret ballads? And I do love the regular album version of Angels Cry.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But then I just went, I do love that Neo. And also I just feel like I needed to represent the entirety of the Angels Advocate album that never happened. Like, all right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The things that we've, discovered in this podcast.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. I can't
believe it's over. Like, I actually, when I was creating this, I was like, we did it. We actually did it. Every song. Like, there might be like one or two that, I think we're going to have a few that are coming up when we do some movies. And it's like, there's nothing more to discover. She's just going to have to do a new album.
She is. Well, she must be, surely. There must be
She's
something.
got apparently like 4 different projects.
Yeah.
Because the Butterfly Lounge just kind of disappeared.
I mean, well, maybe it's still in the back of a truck somewhere being taken to a different state where the tax incentives are better.
She's setting up her Patreon.
And also, it's still got Brandy locked up in there. So
you don't bless.
She hasn't found the back door yet.
No.
Poor little Miss Norwood.
She's coming up in a regular.
Oh, episode. I know. That's. We'll talk about that when it happens.
Just
all right, so we're on to track 8.
Track 8.
So we're coming out of a ballad, and I feel like I know it's not the done thing, but I'm going back to back, ballad to ballad.
That's okay.
Because it's my album. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
It's only half a ballad, though. It is. As featured on the recent Butterfly reissue, the Divas live version of My All.
Oh, interesting.
Which is ballady, 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 disco party.
Yeah, that is a fun one.
Some of the best live vocals she's done. It is,
I'm trying to think back. I thought she was unwell during Divas.
She was?
Yeah, I remember the second half being amazing.
Yeah.
But maybe it was the others. What was the other song she sang on her own? Was there one?
She sang My All and she sang Chain of Fools with
I remember that. Yeah, who could forget?
Yeah.
And
she did make me feel like a natural woman.
Yeah, but she was further back and other people were singing.
And because she was respectful.
Other people had shown up.
HRH, the Queen of Soul. Her Majesty, the Queen of Soul. You're respectful of those people. You're not, some tenacious person that thinks you can equal her or do better and then record her song on your album.
The memories.
I just, listening to this again, her voice is great. It's, also it's My All. It's one of our favorite tracks of all time.
Yeah.
And and it goes into a proper dance mix. It's one of my favorite Mariah dance mixes. And she's doing it live.
I wish I could see you the first time that happened.
Oh my God. I was a puddle. I was a puddle on the floor just when
that rap was...
When she was kind of coming into the end of Tonight, and then someone in the backup singers gives it a bit of Just One More Night. I'm like, she's not. She's not. She's not.
I love that you're looking towards people, and I'm imagining that at the time there was no one there.
No, my sister was there.
Okay. You kept making her sit on different sides so you could turn to her in different angles.
I think there was someone else there, but my sister was there, and because she was horrified and came up with the name Celine Cringeon when Celine was singing, when she was panting like a dog during River Deep Mountain High. Do I love you, my oh my?
Oh, Celine. She is 1 in a million.
She's 1 in a million.
That's what we'll say.
There's a lot loose in the paddock there, but bless her.
All right. What do you have at lucky number 9?
Well, we've just come out of the dance version of My All because that's how the Divas Live version ends. And of course, we've got to crack on into, I think, a song that has become now an eternal symbol for joy and happiness and fun, and that is Emotions.
There you go.
Emotions just says, we're having fun. It's the 90s. We're having a fun 90s time. For instance, in The Crown.
A good time.
When Diana was having a go on her jet skis with the kids, having a great old time out in the ocean. Of course, she's listening to Emotions because
I feel like they should have made it honey and made it real sexy. Diana just wanted to be just like Mariah.
To get out of that situation. No, this is...
She could change into the revenge dress underwater.
Oh, my God.
It'd be a whole thing. All right, we need to make this happen. We can deep fake this shit, right?
Can Diana also wear the gingham bra that Mariah
Obviously.
wears in the Emotions film clip?
Yeah. And she can ask old mate to, was it like have some gum or something? She asks old Liz. She's like, do you have any gum?
Yeah. No, not for me. For you.
For you. That's why her and the Queen didn't get on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, Emotions. It's just so upbeat. It's so much fun. It's just, it's exciting.
It is. And the big squeals at the end, like it's some of her best squealing.
It is. It's great squealing. I mean,
I think it's often a forgotten track, I think maybe because the first album was the first album.
Yes.
And then songs like maybe Fantasy and Honey and stuff sort of took over. And even like Dream Lover sort of took over this vibe.
Yeah.
But this has the best squeals of all of them.
I know. And it's a rod for her own back she's made for if she wants to sing this live. It's like, ugh. Like even when she does it in MTV Unplugged, she goes, well, I'm not doing those high notes anymore.
No, fair enough.
That's enough of that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So yeah, that was it's Emotions. It's like it's 3 minutes of joy and fun.
It is. Speaking of 3 minutes of joy, we have the end of the second fist with track 10, Double Dig.
Well, this is
and
where
there's still room for more.
we have had our moments of joy, and we now need to quickly gear back down into not quite neutral, but we are getting some very heartfelt emotion, and it is time for the huge, steaming number 2, Hero, as intended for Gloria Esther Carey. The hero comes
Is it
along.
a special version in your head that it has Gloria, or it's just the original?
No, it's the original Hero. It's the proper Hero.
I'm really surprised that Gloria hasn't re-recorded it like now. That everyone knows about it.
I think, maybe when Mariah recorded it, she chucked in a couple of notes that Gloria was never going to get near.
That would not stop her from trying.
What is that flat noise coming at me down the street? That's Gloria trying to do Hero.
Yeah, I feel like she did that whole covers album. I don't think she would shy away from it.
Turn the beat around.
You don't have to hit the notes to enjoy singing the song.
Yeah, that's true. Turn it up, turn it upside down.
People have made whole careers out of not being able to sing.
Well, we've spent a lot of time in their universe. So yes, that was my number 10 was Hero. Just because it's iconic.
It's a moment.
Like Emotions is a moment of pure joy. Hero is a moment of just. It's weird to say this after a song called Emotions, but it's a moment of pure emotion. It is, It's about believing in yourself, belief in others, and just it's a moment, and it says a lot in that song.
Well, I mean, it's signature. It's a signature song.
It is a signature song.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now we've arrived at the Lucky Legs 11 Rhonda Birchmore track.
Queen of Moomba.
Queen of Moomba. What is your 11th track? It's the penultimate. It's the perennium of the album.
It is, yeah. So this is, as a Mariah album is structured, this is the big final moment because track 12 is our reflective internal moment.
That's to me.
That's how Mariah album works. So we've gone from Hero, and I know you're like, where can you go from Hero?
Where can I go from Hero?
Like there is nowhere to go, but we do have somewhere to go because we are Mariah fans and we understand that you can't take anything away from Mariah, not her theme. So our huge, big crescendo of the album is Can't Take That Away, Mariah's theme, and the ballad version. I was toying with doing the dance mix, but I think it's
I don't remember if have I listened to the I think, no, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, I made
the
you.
dance really. No, but I think I prefer the OG.
The OG
Although this
so
could
good.
have been a time for a dance remix at this point.
It could have been on some albums that does happen. We've got Butterfly Reprise. We've got the Fantasy Revisit.
Daydream,
Daydream Interlude. This, I just felt we needed a big statement. Oh, and also, there's on one of the albums, there's Thank God I Found You. So I wanted a big...
That was your second favorite.
I just wanted a big statement of this is, like one of my favorite ever moments on a Mariah album is All I've Ever Wanted on Music Box, which is a great big explosive ballad.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Can't Take That Away, Mariah's theme, it filled that place for this album.
Yeah, I love it. I'm here for it. I concur.
Excellent.
Which brings us to the final track of the standard edition.
The standard edition.
This is a big moment. This is encompassing a lot right now.
Well, I looked at a lot of them.
Which song called Vanishing have you put at number 12?
This is going to shock you because I looked at Vanishing. I looked at Close My Eyes. I looked at a lot of that. I looked at Petals.
Yeah,
I looked at Sunflowers for Alfred Roy. I looked at all of these really introspective, beautiful moments, and I settled on the one that really broke my heart the first time I ever heard it, and still continues to. Of course, it's Looking In. It's like it still gives me goosebumps when I hear it, like because it's plaintive. Her vocals are desperate. Like it's such a cry for help in the middle of what was a terrible situation, and you can hear that in her voice. And the lyrics are just, it's beautiful. It's just such a nice, wonderful song. And I just felt that Looking In summed up everything that she tries to do on those final songs.
Absolutely. It's almost like the most, because it literally is the most stripped back. So it feels like the biggest peek at the truth.
Yes.
Like she's always telling us the truth lyrically.
Yeah.
But this feels like the whole song, the whole production is.
Yeah.
It's like reading a heart.
I even toyed with The Wind for this place. Like I thought I had all of them. Like I was like, oh, I like that one. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. But I had to go with the OG.
Totally fair. All right. There is always a chance to have a second closer of the album. So I'm wondering, you can either tell us what the singles are from this version and the title, or did you want to give your deluxe first?
Shall we do the singles first?
Yeah, all right.
So my first single, and I feel like if this was released as the first single off an album, I honestly think it would be a hit, and that is Meteorite is my first single.
Fun. It's a lot. Like it's a big, because there's some big songs on here. So it's like we're throwing our love behind Meteorite right now.
It's like, have a listen to this. You don't even need to know what else is on this album because this is Mariah, and listen how much fun she's having. You know Mariah, you love Mariah. Here she is at the club. So that's my number one single. That's my launch. Second single, you can't release anything except We Belong Together as your second single.
I mean, because it would be silly.
You need to storm the charts immediately.
You need to say to people, oh, remember that great first single that's really good and you really loved it?
Yeah.
There's something better here.
Yeah.
And you didn't think that was possible.
Yeah. It's like, I've been burned by some of Mariah's first singles before, and I've then bought the album, and it's just been a lot of, I don't know what else is on here. But then you hear We Belong Together, and you're like, oh, well, the rest of this album must be the best album ever made.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Once you hear that, you're sold forever. And then the third single is Emotions.
Fun, yeah.
Yeah. Because we
got just a little squealy moment.
Yeah.
Reminding people of the vocals.
Yeah, she can sing, she can squeal. It's still fun and dancey. You've heard Meteorite, that was fun. You've heard her belt out, and now let's have fun
like
and
pure
belt
pop
and squeal. And finally, we go on to a fourth single just because, it
was such a hit.
Yeah, there have been so many hits already.
Hits. Yeah.
Let's just really get everyone in the mood for Tragedy and release Hero as our fourth single.
I want people crying in the aisles.
And that's That's a guaranteed quadruple platinum album. That's just,
done.
That's what happens. All those singles are 8 times platinum. The album's now 42 times platinum.
And of course, at that point, you would have to release a deluxe edition.
Oh, you have to release a deluxe. Once you've had 4 hit singles, it's like people are like, well, I can't buy the album again unless there's 3 extra songs.
Unless, well, we probably would have because we need one for the car.
There's 2 different covers on Butterfly, so I've got all of those.
Yes, got it all, yeah. Oh my God. All right. So what is the deluxe track 13?
Almost Home.
Of course. I mean, I didn't even need a build up. It's just like, it is almost home.
It's almost home. Almost there. Almost home. Open up your eyes and go, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Was there a thought about not having that on there, or it was like, oh no, this is happening?
It was never going to make the main playlist, but it had to be on the album. If that makes sense. It's like that. If anything, that was the first thing I did was like Almost Home as track 13 and then built the rest of the album around it.
Oh my God. I mean, how could you not? It'd be silly.
I know.
It's silly if you didn't do that.
It'd be stupid not to.
Now, because we're already 3 digits into a new fist, it's like, well, all right. Let's go for number 14. Let's see if we can get it in.
We are getting a bit of a Loverboy Firecracker original.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm spluttering.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's just remind people that we did it first.
Interesting.
Let's remind
Heartbreaker's
people.
Right there. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
You've got to have one to skip, guys. It was a quick deluxe. Like Mariah wasn't really involved. Okay, this brings us to the third full fist. Track 15 of the deluxe. What are we vibing with?
Well, the deluxe is released in November, just in time for people to buy it as a gift. So you must have All I Want for Christmas Is You.
You must.
Because the album came out in February. You've had all the singles throughout the year. And we've released the deluxe so people can have a nice package for Christmas with a few extra songs. Just in case, you've got the album and you're buying it for someone for Christmas. You need a Christmas song on there.
Yeah, they should probably add some snowflakes to the cover, a bit glittery. Yeah, very nice.
Just pop like a Santa hat on her head from the original artwork. Just Photoshop that shit in.
Yeah, she wasn't around. She was busy counting her dollars.
She couldn't go and retake the album photo. That's just, she's
selling
all these singles. She's really busy.
It does feel like something she would do, though. Like she would do that.
So you've got to have a Christmas version. Just one Christmas song. All I Want for Christmas Is You as the third and final deluxe single.
It's a casual, massive hit that now is in a
also you release it. That's a fifth single because you release a single from the deluxe to really sell it.
That works for me.
Yeah.
All right. We now have your album. How exciting.
I know. Do you love it?
I do love it, actually. There's one skip, but other than that, it's not a bad skip. It's just kind of like I think I had said all of the versions of that song and the other song were not my favorite of anyone's work. No. So
I know, but it's because when I think of that song, I think of Debrat singing. And so
we love Debrat.
Yeah. And Debrat's just singing that sample. So let's hear the sample.
Hate on me. Yeah.
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 I love that she's...
It's just hate on me over and over. Like, it's just that bit.
Hate on me much as you want to. So, it is... That is my ultimate Mariah album, which has a title.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm not ready. Am I ready? And how did you come up with the title?
The title... the first short story I ever sold as a writer when I was 25, it won a short story competition, best short story by a writer under 25. and it was called Distant Laughter, which is a lyric from Vanishing. So,
which isn't even on this album.
I know. So I decided I needed a lyric as a title. I'm really interested in a title that's based on a lyric.
Yeah.
So this album is called Inside the Golden World.
Oh. That's Looking In, isn't it?
It's from Looking In, yeah.
It is.
You look at me and see the girl who lives inside the golden world.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. We're getting all up in that golden world.
Yeah.
Much nicer than anything regular.
And when I came up with that as like a title, I just kind of went, are there any songs that don't fit inside the golden world?
Did they all fit? It's a snow globe, obviously.
Oh yeah, GTFO, that's inside the golden world. We belong together, that's inside. Meteorite is perfectly inside the golden world.
Yeah.
Clown feels like it's in it was just a moment. I was like, they're all inside the golden world. It's beautiful. I don't know that any of the bonus tracks are inside the golden world, but they're, a cash grab.
I think Almost Home might be. I mean, it's the veil between, and All I Want for Christmas obviously is, but Almost Home is, that thin veil between Mariah's world and the regular verse because that war happened there.
Yeah, that would.
Just remembering back to, it's a throwback to our own show. Well, that's so exciting, and it's very interesting, and I can't wait to sort of give you mine.
I'm looking forward to yours.
Where we overlap, where we just separate and go in our different directions. It's going to be very interesting.
Although I feel like we've talked so much about mine, we're going to have to do yours next week.
I think so. It means that people get a week to live with yours, realise that Loverboy shouldn't be on there, and then can listen to mine.
It's on the deluxe. It's the cash grab. No one wants that bit.
All right, so we will save mine for next week. So I think that must mean we are almost home. Happy end of the podcast. Podcast, baby. Almost there, almost home. You could probably say, but you won't because of copyright.
We are almost home. So please, if you have a dream Mariah album, the rules are 12 tracks, 3 bonus tracks for your deluxe, and you need to give it a title.
Yes, please.
And, feel free to pop it as a playlist on Spotify, on YouTube Music, on Amazon Music, wherever you listen to your music. Send us a link. We would love to get your tracks. And if you want to give us a full accounting of why you've chosen which songs and which are the singles, we would love to get all of that.
And you can have B-sides, live tracks, remixes. There are no rules.
And there are no rules. Album tracks, whatever you feel like. This is your Mariah album that you are curating. And just email us, I am a memoir @gmail.com. We love to hear from you. Or you can DM one of us, somewhere. You can,
we're on the Twitters or all the things.
DM me, I am a memoir on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook, wherever. But we would love to hear from you and your version of our dream Mariah albums. I do have a secret album.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to save that for next week?
All right, I'll save that for next week. But I do have another dream Mariah album that I wouldn't release.
That can take the place of our Mimi Moments next week. We won't do Mimi Moments. We'll just do Fab's ridiculous album.
All right, cool. All right, well, we will see you next Mariah Monday for Posh and her amazing curated Ultimate MC album.
Yeah, get the Crisco out. There's going to be more than 3 fists in this one.
Stop calling them fists.
It's a whole Siri tub roast.
Bye, Emily.
Bye.